Some new research paints a worrying picture about the state of polar bears in Canada's Hudson Bay. The big furry bears could go extinct in the region as early as the 2030s. The primary threats include thinning ice, longer ice-free seasons, and human activity leading to climate change. The study's lead author says Arctic ice loss as a result of climate change threatens all polar bears, but this particular subpopulation could be the first to disappear. Here to help us understand the study is one of its co-authors, Geoffrey York. He's also the Senior Director of Research and Policy at Polar Bears International, which is dedicated to preserving polar bears and the ice that they require to survive. So let's talk about this study, because earlier studies only looked at the expanse of sea ice in the region, while yours actually factored in recent climate change data. What else did you find?
That's right. So this one's unique in that we used the latest climate models. We did some regional sea ice forecasts, then we tied those in to energetic models, basically what energy do polar bears need to survive, and also to information we have on ice seal ecology. So we tried to bring in these disparate pieces to put together a clear story on what we can expect going forward if we continue to warm the planet as we are.
Well, in May, the Hudson Bay's eastern half actually went ice-free a month earlier than usual. What does all this mean for the local polar bear population?
None of it's good. Right now, we've seen warming about 1.25 degrees Celsius in that region. We're on track with current policies to well exceed the Paris goals of 1.5 and to hit 2.5 to 2.6 at current plans. What that means for polar bears is we'll cross energetic thresholds in places like southern and western Hudson Bay, where bears will be offshore fasting for too long and they won't have the resources they need to survive. That'll hit females with cubs and pregnant females first, and that'll really start to hamper reproduction.
Way to get us at an emotional center there, Geoffrey. In preparing for this, I learned that the thickness of ice is actually really important to the environment of polar bears. Explain that.
It's important in a couple of ways. Polar bears need ice that's thick enough for them not just to walk on, but to hunt on. And so if you think of a large adult male polar bear that could be up to 1,500 pounds, trying to sprint a short distance on a seal, it needs a pretty firm platform to be able to successfully do that. So in this study, we did use thickness as a proxy for sea ice presence and then modeled that out into the bay there to try to give us a tighter picture of, when we might see certain thresholds crossed.
And when we're talking about the 2030s potentially being a timeline for extinction for this particular population of polar bears, knowing how important they are to the ecosystem, I think everybody wants to know what can be done to try and help prevent that from happening.
Sure. Well, this is a pretty good year to take action because there are a lot of important elections in the US and abroad. And so I would say that is one of the most powerful things anyone can do. If you can vote for the climate, vote for polar bears. And what that means is voting for candidates of any party who understand the importance of science and policymaking, because at the end of the day, whether we're center, right, or left, we're all in the same boat when it comes to climate and impacts.
All right, Geoffrey York, really appreciate you being with us and sounding this alarm for us. Thank you.